listen, I'm going to a funeral today, and I was thinking, about time. Time runs out. And, a lot of people I talk to are starting something new Monday, or they're starting on the 1st, or whether it's the right time. There is no right time. You run out of time. The time is now. Please stop playing around with time, people, and start today. Let's go.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Pull-Up Experience. Today, we got our full crew. We got Brittany, we got Brandon, and we got a very special guest for y'all. We got Adam Ziegler here, and he is here to tell us all about the great and intricate world of real estate, more specifically wholesale housing. So if you want to collaborate, if you've been thinking about getting your baby toe wet, if you are looking for somebody and you got a plan, you got a deal, might not got that much cash, I got the right person for you to talk to. So without further ado, we'd like to introduce you to Adam. Say what's up, Adam.
What's up, everybody? Thank you. Awesome introduction. Thank you very much.
See? I told you.
Phenomenal.
Well, you couldn't do our introductions cannot do you justice. So how about you tell the people exactly who you are?
I'm Adam Ziegler. I've been doing real estate here in Cleveland for 25 years. I wholesale, flip, I rent houses, Airbnb, been training people, just about everything you can think of. The land contracts, just anything. I'm a creative guy that is always looking to put two pieces together to close a deal down. I'm just a guy, I'm just looking to close deals, really. That's really all I do. I'm just looking for the next deal.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
We got you.
Now, we be having I'm going to tell you now, we in Cleveland, we've been going through a real estate transition, so we feel a way about outsiders. So, first of all, my first question is, are you from Cleveland, or is you one of them who try to come up and buy up the state?
Rub your hood, Adam, man. Tell them where
Where
you
you
from.
from?
No, I actually grew up in Brunswick.
Okay, so you're here. Yeah, you're here.
Yeah, I
Cleveland adjacent.
Yeah. And I pretty much, I moved right to Lakewood when I was 18, and I started doing real estate from there. So I've most every deal I've bought and every property I've done has pretty much always been in Cuyahoga County. I probably did 95% in Cuyahoga County in the last 25 years.
Now, since you said that, I'm interested to know, because 18 is usually when most of us trying to find ourselves. We go to college, try to get that extra 4-year threshold before we got to be real adults. So how did you get started with real estate at 18? How did that go?
I ended up meeting a guy that was into real estate, like financing and mortgages, and honestly, I was just looking for any way to latch on to be. I just was kind of tired of being broke, really. I was like, man, this sucks. I saw a guy, he had a nice car. He was willing to kind of talk to me. And I just started thinking, man, if I can do what he does, I could probably get his house and car and those things if I, mock what he's doing. And I just, didn't have that type of situation, as far as close friends or family or, my father or anything. So I was just looking for somebody else. I'm thinking, man, I wish I was like that guy. And I literally ended up meeting with him, talked with him. He hired me. He told me what to do, and I just did it until a few years later. Actually, he ended up passing away 3 years later, but I did it for that period of time. And I was still 18 years old. I had 20 grand in the bank. And if you think in the 90s, that was a lot of money.
Right.
And I was sitting around thinking, dang, my parents, what were they doing? How did I get this money? And I was just wondering, how was I broke all these years? I already did this, So I just thought, man, I'll do it. I'll do whatever it was. I was actually in a bank management training program at National City, which is PNC now.
Yeah.
And they were paying for me to go to school, and I literally just made that money on cold calling at night from 5 to 9. I would go to school and work, and I'd go there. I made that money, and I said, man, I'm doing this 3-4 hours a night. I'm about to do this 12 hours a day. I quit school. I quit all that. And, all the broke people that were in my life told me I was an idiot for doing that, quitting school and everything else. Yeah, exactly. So, but I actually knew then, too, that gentleman told me those people are portraying their own views of their own abilities onto you. And if you know you can do it, just don't bother listening. So that's pretty much, I really have nothing to lose either. So I was just like, well, what do I have to lose? I think I could do this.
Hey, I'm with it.
So tell me, Adam, because as also being a real estate enthusiast, I want to talk about how real estate was before the big crash, and then how did you have to pivot after the crash? Because those are two different timetables there and whatnot.
The thing about it is it changed a lot. The financing. I was talking to them earlier about. I had a lot of flips I was doing in 2005, 6, and then 7. All of a sudden, no one could get a loan to buy those, and I'm like, uh-oh. I had to turn those into rental properties. I had to make quick adjustments because it wasn't it happened over the course of a few years. It was like one day you wake up and it's just no more loans, none of this, that. It was just that's really what it was. They crushed the value by not, letting anyone get a loan.
I was like, Adam, you see the look on Marquita's face. She don't know what happened in 2005. So can you explain that to her real quick?
Yeah.
No, because he's looking hard. It wasn't there, but I'll take it anyway. I love it, a good explanation.
But back in like 2007, when the market crashed, I mean, the houses went to, prices dropped, lenders stopped doing loans, everything else. And, I was trying to figure out what to do also then, but the one thing, and I still train all the people that work for me now and that work in my office, you have to have if you look at your business like a table, you shouldn't have one leg under it, right? You gotta have four. So we always do wholesale, retail, rentals, and flips. And if you have a business like that, you can, glide through even a recession, even 2007. Because when you ask a lot of other people, tons of gurus and all this other stuff when you started, it was after 2010. Yeah. When it really started getting easier. You don't know how to go through. You don't have your business set to hit recession, whatever. And I was lucky enough to have a guy who told me, hey, you can't just do one thing. You have to have multiple streams of things, and that's the reason why I was able to make it. Now I was hurt and I wasn't making as much as I wanted, but I didn't have to go get a job and I didn't have to quit and go do something else. I never did anything but real estate since I was 18. I've never worked, got like a pay stub or, any of that type of stuff. Never had a boss that was telling me what to do or anything. So I was able to just keep it rolling. And even today, anybody in my office knows you got to wholesale, you got to have retail business, you have to get some rentals, and you should be doing some flips, right? And they all work together. When you try to wholesale and you try to find really good deals, actually you find those deals, you keep them. You flip that. You take that profit, buy a rental in cash. Right? Now all of a sudden you've got four legs of business going in your real estate business, and now you can you're one's feeding the next. You try to make cash offers. Some deals don't work out for you, right? And maybe the timing's not right. You can wholesale that and make a fee. But if it works out and it's great, man, you close it. You put it into your burr or your flip, pocket and keep rolling.
I see the look on her face. She don't know what burr is. She don't know what wholesale. You gotta break it down for Adam. You gotta.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? She
He annoys me so bad.
I didn't know.
No,
but,
don't listen to him, Adam.
Okay.
But definitely please explain it for the guests.
Okay.
Oh God.
So what is burr? Do you know what it is then?
It's the B and 3 R's.
Yeah. It's
It is.
Is
it not?
Buy, rehab,
resale,
rent, and refi.
Refinance.
Refi,
Okay, same difference. Get the money back.
Yeah. So a lot of times, a lot of times you're trying to just buy a house, and there's a lot of properties I purchase now, and I borrow the private funds up front for the purchase and the refi. I have no money into it, and then at the end I refi off the appraised value, and I end up getting either I end up getting cash at closing, or at least all my money back. If I do get cash at closing, it's tax-free money because I didn't sell it, so it's not a profit. It's a loan.
What is your preferred method of getting leads for all these different houses and deals?
Right now, my preferred method is actually I train other people, and then I go on appointments with new people. So I'll train them. I'll say wholesaling is A through Z business, right? I'm only going to teach you A, which is how to get appointments. Once you get past that step, I'm going to meet you at the appointment and show you how to close these deals down until you end up knowing how to get all the way through it. But I used to sit down and teach people A through Z, and then they can't get past A, and I'm like, dang, I just wasted all my time telling them all the rest of the steps for no reason, So I make people, hey, show me that, like when I was 18, he told me, hey, get on that phone and call from 5 to 9, and I did it. So I ended up getting the results, and he helped me. I tell somebody else, make this many calls and do this much to get leads. If you do it, I'm going to be right there to make sure that you can get to the next step.
How do you navigate when people say they want it? You'll tell them, hey, go and get the leads. Here's the list. Call the list. Do the work. And when it's time to do the work, you realize people don't want it as much as they say they do. Yep. Do you have that tough conversation with them, or are you more like I'm gonna cut you off until you're ready to be serious?
No, I am like no excuses person. So if you have my list in front of you, even though you didn't call it or whatever else, that's my money.
Yeah.
So someone else, I should have gave it to someone else.
Yeah.
So I even feel a certain type of way if you say you're going to and you're just sitting on it, because I should have gave that to this person and they would have called it. And instead nobody is. So I'll tell you right away that, I always tell everybody, every time in your head you think, well, I have there's a good reason why I'm going to do this or that, or reason, right? I'll just say substitute the word reason with excuse, and then you'll stop doing it. The excuse of why I'm not going to call right now, instead of the reason. Oh, my mom needs a ride somewhere else. Well, listen, your mom does need a ride, but you need to make calls too.
Right.
You need money, and you need to change your life if that's what you're doing.
Right.
Or you could keep being somebody's driver or whatever else. But that's an excuse not to do it.
I like that actually.
So I really hard on that.
I like that. So let me ask you this, Adam, man. And for you being I call you an OG veteran in this real estate game.
Big
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah. With that being said, one thing I always, because I'm in resale, and I have huge respect for those who take the unwritten road with real estate. With the way retail is, how do you see the future of real estate going? Because when interest rate high as will he
Because a house, now that's the one thing I will say. Sometimes, you could get a $400,000 house, and that same $400,000 house, with the way interest is, you used to could pay like $900 on there. Now you got to pay like $1,600 for the same house, same square footage, same priced house, which
was her inventory
it
of
distracts
houses.
buyers. Yeah. So how? Yeah. Well, I guess that's all a part of staying flexible in your approach and having all of these different legs to stand on. But how do you navigate that? Because as a buyer,
honestly, the thing about it is when somebody tells me like rates right now, say 7% or something like that, I think that's a good rate. I have a hard time even saying. When I started in 1997, the rate was 12.
12, right?
And it came down. I remember when it went to 9.99. I was like, ooh, under 10. Wow. And it went all the way down to 3 or 4. But if anybody thought it was going to stay like that forever, they were crazy right away. But I'm saying a lot of people who are in their 30s, who became an adult after 2010, they just think this is how this is what it's like.
Adam.
This is what it's like. Just like when I was 18 in 90s and early 2000s, I was like, dude, I can blow all this money every weekend at Vegas if I want, come back next week and make a bunch more, and then all of a sudden 2007 hit, it was like, nope, you're done. And I was like, oh my gosh, I thought I was going to, I thought that was normal forever too. And really, if you look at it, and I'm kind of like I study and just really love real estate, everything about it. I look at a lot of things, and if you really look at it, we're in 10-year cycles, all the way back to the Great Depression. The 20s, it was horrible. The 30s, it was bouncing back. The 40s, it was down. Like the rates, if you really look, the 80s was super high, right?
Yeah.
And into the 90s, into the 2000s, it got low. Yeah. Right? And now for those 20 years, that 10-year span when it went from high to low, now we're to 2020, guess what? They're going back up again. And 2030, they might be high, and they might start ripping back down for the, if it stays standard like it has for the last 100 years. Yeah. It's on a 10-year cycle of how it works.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of this Vegas trip, because that does sound good, because,
listening
to making all these calls is like, dang, I don't know. But having that opposite life, how do you balance having a life? Is it more delegation? Is it more like I'm forcing relaxation? How do you make it happen?
The luckiest thing I think that the most, blessed part about my life and the things I think about my personality is every day when I'm doing what I do, I'm relaxed and happy. I don't want to do other stuff.
Come on, man.
I'm seriously. I coach my kids basketball. I've never missed any of my 2 boys' games. They play sports. I've never missed a practice, a game, because I want to. I want to go negotiate deals. I just literally do what I want to every day. I honestly, and I don't want to say that like braggingly or anything like that, but if I don't want to do it, I'll pay someone else to do it. Yeah. And the thing is I value my time to a certain point, right? For real. Like, if I could just say changing my oil or whatever, when I was younger, I know how to do it and everything else, but I think, man, that'll take me like an hour. It would take him like a half hour and $50. And 1 hour to me is worth $500. So if I literally do that, I lost a bunch of money. I lost $250 if I do it, So once you actually really put an actual dollar figure value on your time, you'll stop doing things that are,
that's a bar.
And it's like this: stop saving money, just make more.
Right?
But serious,
I'm talking now.
No, but But really, like, when I flip a house, I'm thinking, a lot of people, you know, if you guys wanted to flip a house, you'd come to me and say, man, you know, I know how to paint. I could probably go in there and save us. What? Please don't save me $1,000 for 40 hours of time. You could have found another deal. We could make 20,000 more. So you're saving yourself. I mean, to me, I'm like, hey, you're costing yourself a lot of money by looking at saving money.
Yeah.
So I'm all about letting people do what they're good at doing. I know what I'm good at doing, what I like doing. I just stay right in my lane. If it's something pops up that's not in my lane, I'm trying to figure out who is the person in my group and my team that's their lane.
Speaking of team, because I do understand the value of having a team, who are some of the key players on your team as far as, like, not necessarily names, but definitely roles that they play where you like?
Can't sell your home and tired of carrying that load? Drop the house. Gutter Properties will buy your house as is with offers up to $300,000. Need serious repairs, liens, taxes, or judgments? We'll work through your unique situation to get that house off your back. During your free, no-obligation appraisal, we maintain social distancing and take every precaution to ensure your experience is safe. Drop the house. Gutter Properties. Call us or visit gutterproperties.com today.
No matter what state I move to or what I'm doing, these are the people who need to be surrounded by me.
Well, like the one, my business partner now, and been my assistant for 10 years. Her name's Katie McCrae. I mean, she's one of the smartest people I know. I mean, she's an attorney. And when I walk around and think, how do I have somebody who's 10 times smarter than me and all these contracts and all this stuff, handling all this for me and doing all these things? And she's went from my property management company to my brokerage to this investment. She will chameleon fit whichever position I've needed her. And
she's a sixth man.
yeah, she's awesome, you know. And I mean, all the stuff I do, she should get 50% of the credit for it. You know what I'm saying? And like, and recently, I started making some changes in my business to try to grow in just a different way. And I actually made her a partner in my new brokerage now. So me and her actually, instead of her being my assistant now, that's why I actually had to say, like, she's actually now my business partner. And I thought, there's no reason for me to make this move and have any person who's a partner or even just hire her again. 10 years, you've put in your time, effort, your whole life to try to build these businesses with me. So I thought it was
shout out to
the
you,
most
Katie.
respectable. Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
So, and I see it on her face, Adam. I just see it on her face.
Oh,
So,
what's a Katie?
no, it was Katie. More so the point of having a brokerage, because if anyone knows retail, they know brokers is for retail.
Yeah.
Wholesalers don't need the brokers. You conflated two. Tell the point of having a brokerage and wholesale at the same time.
So the reason why I think it's super important to do both, like for a person to have, any person who has their license and they don't wholesale and they don't buy and flip, I think it's crazy. Any person who wholesales and doesn't think they need their license is also crazy.
Right.
Because the thing is the way my system works is, just say for example, if you own a house, we're gonna come in there and say, hey, nice house in Garfield, I'll give you a 65 in cash for it. They're like, you know, honestly, I inherited this and I don't want the house, but unfortunately, we owe 85. I'd give it to you for 65. I don't want any money. I just don't want the house. Well, I'm not giving you 85 in cash. It doesn't fit my numbers for cash. But you want to get rid of it. You want 85. It doesn't work for that. I might as well pull another tool out of the old belt and say, hey, well, I don't want to list this for you for $89.9 and still make a fee. So it's the hardest part of this business is finding leads. When you're in front of the lead, have multiple ways to close. Right?
I will not let you get the button. I usually don't let him have his button this much.
No. I knew.
But you actually.
I knew Adam was gonna need his button, especially just for Adam.
Big fan. I'll give you that because usually it's a little kick under the table or something. But you know what, Adam? You've been really giving us some good ones. So what's a good question that you wish more people asked when it came to wholesaling that doesn't get asked enough, but it's a vital part of the process? Or not in just wholesaling, real estate, period.
Today, huh?
Yeah.
You took a break.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, the thing that I would say to most people about wholesaling that they don't know is, you know, a lot of real estate companies, brokers, and agents that have been around for 20 years, they're going to tell you wholesaling is either bad or illegal, right? And the thing is there is a way to do it illegally, you know? But there's also a way to do it right, and not break the rules. So any wholesaler out there who's not closing on deals, doesn't have access to cash to close on these contracts when they sign them, you are not doing this right. and you don't want to make anyone mad at you, right? You have to do it right. You can't just go watch a video, call somebody, offer them cash for their house with no cash, with no intention of closing on it. You can't do that, right? The reason why I can do what I do is because I close on lots of houses, and when I go out and make a cash offer, I intend on closing it. When I come back to the office, if there's 3 more deals on my desk, hey, I may decide to take that one instead, and I'll wholesale this one. Right? My intentions aren't to say, I'm only coming here for the only intention to just wholesale this only. I'm coming out here, man, if I get the deal, I'm going to buy this and close on it myself.
Regardless, okay.
And you can prove my intention because I close so many deals.
Right.
A guy out here wholesaling 4 or 5 houses a year only, but without closing any. If he talks to, say, the state of Ohio, and they say, what were your intentions when you signed these up? He said, well, I was going to close on them. They're like, well, you never closed a house in your life. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So that right there is a red flag.
Yeah.
Hey, did you also have the funds? Let's see the day you signed that. Let's see your proof of funds that you had the cash to close on that. You did or didn't? If you didn't, that's another thing. So you have to make sure you know what you're doing. It's not just call somebody, offer them cash, and find a guy.
They
That's
tell
what
you
people
build a
think.
buyer's list, build a seller's list, and keep it moving.
Exactly.
And then they never, I don't know, depending on who you talk to. Like you said, all of them started post
Pandemic.
recession, pre-pandemic, recession, but they all tell you the same thing, which, again, like you say, it's a lot of the same information that gets recycled, which also pulls people out of the process, because it's like I heard you say that I YouTubed it first, then I bought your course and you said this, and I still didn't get nothing from it, right? So it's easy for people to get discouraged in the process, but then they come across you, and it's like, okay, well, you got the house, or somebody, like you said, somebody passed, they left you the house, you rolled past this abandoned house, you realize they just sitting on it, you was able to call, or they grew up in the same neighborhood, so we was able to get at least the idea of let's get the house sold, so they come across you, they reach you. How does that then go?
So basically, the company that I started is called My Flip Partner.
Okay.
So basically, I'm here to fill in whatever piece of the pie you're missing. You may have a house and you need me to come with the money and the contractor. You may be a contractor ready to go. You need the house and the money. You may have the money. You need the house and the right. Whatever pieces of the pie is missing, come to me if you have a piece, or if you really even just want to. I could show you how to put all 3 pieces together. But if you have a house or money or good contracting or business like that, hit me up and I'll fill in the other 2 spots for you. So whatever you're missing, I really think, honestly, I'd help anybody, but I really just don't want to see realtors and wholesalers out here making $2,000, $3,000 fees cuts when they could have looked at this deal a little bit differently, closed on it, and maybe made $20,000. I mean, doing that 2 or 3 times a year, changes everything.
It really does.
And it's all just the way you look at everything. A realtor is trained to go in there and their main goal is, let me list this house. This seller could be saying, I just want to get rid of this as bad as I can. Okay, let's list it a little lower. Instead of hearing that saying, actually, you want to get rid of this quick? How about next Friday? But I'm only going to give you $70K.
Yeah.
Right? Or the wholesalers out there, all they're trying to do is get it for $70K. They're not listening to the guy say, oh, I owe $85. Why are you offering $70? Well, I'll go to $75. Dude, he said he owes $85.
Right.
I'll do $88. Like, what are you doing? Because you only have the one thing to do. That guy only looks at it one way. This guy looks at it one way. My guys look at it every way.
Come on now.
Which way does this work? Which way is it going to help you the most? Wholesaling isn't best for everyone. Every seller. Neither is listing though.
Yeah.
So just because a lot of realtors say, oh, you don't. No, it's not always best. And we try to figure out what's best.
Good.
We don't try to figure out what's always best for us. We're trying to figure out what's best. We're trying to make the win-win scenarios so we can keep doing business.
Okay.
That's how I've been doing this 25 years for real. I do what I say, follow through on my deals, and if I say I'm going to do it, I'm 100% going to try my best. Obviously, things happen in real estate, but it ain't going to be because I just changed my mind or did something. I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do.
Well, we love that, because here at the Pull Up, we're all about collaboration for sure. It's our secret sauce, right? So when it comes to collaboration, the city, what are some things that you have noticed when it comes to real estate that you wish would be less of and or more of? Because real estate is a big thing. Everybody's getting into it after, YouTube. Everybody can do everything on TikTok. So when it comes to that, sometimes you get a lot of egos mixed in, and it reduces what could have been. How would you say that has been being actually in the game? Because as an outsider, we can always say this is how it is. But you being in real estate, how do you see the atmosphere of real estate in Cleveland?
I mean, honestly, the way I look at it is there's two groups. There's the guys that are out there just selling courses, and that's how they make money. Mm-hmm. There's the guys who are actually investors and maybe still helping out and stuff, but they make money off investing.
Right.
And if they stop coaching or whatever else, they're still fine. You know, so I think going to a guy who actually does this stuff, and you can go see his properties and stuff like that, those are the people that are legitimate to me, that can actually help you. If you're not doing it, it's going to be hard for you to show me, and what processes do you know and things like that. And as far as like collaboration, I always say this to my guys too, because we have a whole group of people and we're always coming up with ideas together and things. I say, listen, people will be like, hit me at the meeting, hey, I want to tell you this, but I want everyone to know. No, that's not how it works, man.
Yeah.
Listen, collaboration is for all of us up here at the top. The competition's for these guys down here, right?
Don't look at me
Who
like
told
that.
you that? Beep, 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 beep. Who told you that?
That's been-
Who told you that? Okay. It sounded like a word for word, didn't it? Okay.
Yeah, and I actually heard that. And I've been saying it too a few times. I'm like, it makes a bunch of sense.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of deals with, to me, some of the biggest, best investors in town that I have a heck of a lot of respect for. Mm-hmm. I respect their business. I respect what they do. And I've partnered with them and closed deals and wholesale deals to them. And, I went on a bunch of different people's little, different bus tours and things. And I'm always available. Hey, if I can help out and we can spread some information, because when I was 18, if that guy didn't give me any of that information, or if he wanted to charge me $200, I wouldn't have got it.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the money. So a lot of times now, and I'm not blaming people for charging, but that's really why I don't.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that guy, me, when I was 18, to miss the chance to, just for some information, know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I could tell this information to 1,000 people and still maybe 900 of them don't
even
do
do
a
it,
thing
yeah.
with it. So
Yeah.
I just been out here telling everybody about real estate for a long time. And I mean, what's crazy is in my office, I literally have 3 guys I went to middle school with. I've known that long. One guy worked at CVS for 20 years and then was like, this is terrible. I seen him at the gym. Why, you flip houses? I'd like to. And now he runs his own little real estate. Another guy, same thing, just like people that I've come back to, or, over the course of all these years, that seen, oh, you do this. And I give them the information and they take it and run with it. I'm like, sit back. I'm like, wow, this is incredible. My son is 20 years old, my oldest son, 21 years old in January. He's got 5 rentals, and he's working on closing his 3rd flip already. And I never loaned him a penny. I just told him the information.
Yeah, come on now.
Who to call, what to do, what to say. And he found those deals. He called the lenders, got the money, got the refis, did all that stuff, But I will say, like, one thing that a lot of people will be like, for my son, right? A couple things I put him ahead, right? And this is some real info right here for everybody. Realize. When he was 16 years old on his birthday, I walk in, it's his birthday, all the kids, they're 16, he wants cars and all this other stuff, right? I hand him this piece of paper, he's reading it, he wants to know, what is this? You know what this is? This is your very own LLC. You own a business right now. He said, what business do I own? What is it, Dad? I said, just keep that safe and then, put that away for now. In 2 years, when he turns 18, right, and I've already added him as an authorized user on some of my credit cards. So this dude's got 700 credit already when he's 18.
And
he has a 2-year
business,
seasoned LLC. He walks into Key Bank and they give him an unsecured line of credit for $50K. Because he has a 2-year-old business and 700 square.
So
right? Now he's like, he's
Thanks,
18,
Dad.
like, oh my gosh. I told him, bro, you're not going to spend 1 penny of that on bad debt.
Yeah.
This is all going straight to good debt.
Yeah.
And the kid now is just off and running, stuff like that. But like, a lot of people be like, man, I wish I could loan my kid XYZ money, this or that. I wish I could. Like, hey, I wish I could have loaned it to him, but I didn't. I didn't. I just showed him how to get it himself, right? When he was 18, having access to unsecured $50K.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of kids could turn that
Dangerous.
into, you know. I mean,
I think the real legacy is the fact that he knows what to do with it. Like, it's not enough that
Oh,
to,
yeah.
to actually, but to know what to do with it. Though,
yeah, I mean,
because-
trust me, I wasn't just like, here's a free for all.
Right,
I was
right.
like, hey, bro, what are we
This is our
doing next?
plan,
What's the
yeah.
next
Come
thing?
on now.
Let's get a deal going, you know. And here's the thing, like a lot of guys in my office, I mean, I've got 20-year-old, 30-year-olds, 40, 50-some year, you know, older guys. I have all at different ages, men, women, everything. And the thing is my son's crushing all the time. People are like, well, why? How did he, you know, what's... And I even asked him, honestly, bro, what is it? What's the thing? He's like, Dad, I've been going on these appointments with you since I was 2 years old.
Oh, so he
He was
knows how
carrying
to-
me in the seat
yeah.
into the house. I've looked at every house. I heard you say about the window, this. The training, he's like, I've heard you on the phone negotiating the deals on the way to practice.
Mr. Miyagi, man.
Yeah,
Wax
you know.
on, wax off.
Yeah, he's just listening for all those, like, but you know, that fact that he's actually was listening instead of just
that
whatever.
was just pretty cool.
Nowadays, you know, he's 21. Not that they didn't have phones, but nowadays all these kids stare at their phone, miss all that information that he would have that he gained in the car. You know, and honestly, I'll make the kids put the stuff away too because there's only so much time of having one-on-one conversations with my kids. And on the way to practice, we're not talking about some BS or I'm not listening to whatever game you're playing or whatever. We're going to have a conversation about some type of, you know,
That's good to keep that
deals,
structure
money,
with
or
them.
something,
Yeah.
or how hard you're practicing, or how much harder you should, or anything. You know, trying to just get these kids to want to get the most out of themselves. You know.
No, that's good.
So speaking of that,
Yeah, go ahead.
because I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off, but while I was on my mind, because
Do your thing.
you do giving back, and then you also give back to fathers, you know, through nonprofits and all of that. So I know you got an event coming up next week. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I have this event coming up. I'm going to pull my phone out here. So it's on April 11th. It's on 1361 East 260th in Euclid.
Okay.
It's at the Signature Event Center.
Okay.
And the name of the thing is Healthy Fathers Helping Children. So it's basically kind of like to help fathers to learn, you know, all these different things, activities that they do, like with their kids and stuff like that through this organization. But he had asked me, and I know the guy for quite over 10 years.
What time is that event?
Let's see.
By the way, for you want to know information, you'll be right in the show notes. So
Absolutely, yeah.
It starts at 5:30, it goes to 9:30. They're gonna have like
Okay.
a little half hour get together, and then it starts at like 6.
Perfect.
But and the guy's name is Marquise Wise that runs the nonprofit. This guy is an incredible guy I've known for a long time. I mean, he's a single dad who actually has custody of all of his kids, and he's always raised his kid. He's done repairs for me on houses, been a tenant, always worked. But the only time he's not working or late is because he's got to drop his kid off at school or this or that, you know. And I'm just like always the whole time like, wow. And then after all these years, he went and started this nonprofit to help other people, dads. And I was like, man. And when he called and asked me, I thought, man, I would definitely like to do that.
That's so dope. Thank you.
No, that's good.
I didn't mean to cut your question.
No, you good. You a little rusty. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? You back now. It's
Was
fine.
it your turn?
No. But I do want to say this, and I remember when I first started real estate, and wholesaling was a dirty word in the retail, right? And it was like this concept of wholesaling was like this unethical person trying to swindle granny out of her home and whatnot. What do you feel like the biggest misconception people have about wholesalers?
I mean, I think that's probably the biggest one. I mean, I think that there's bad wholesalers that are out there trying to make a, you know, home run and trying to retire off one deal. And there's people out there doing that are agents too. You know, there's people out there trying to get good deals. The problem about it is, I think, is mostly their just lack of education. You only watch the video and you think, like you said, just get a list of buyers, get a list of sellers, and you start making offers. But you better not do that because, you know, the state of Ohio don't think you should do that. You know, and you should probably follow what they think you should do. And you know, what I love about wholesaling the most is these guys are grinders, man. These guys come out here and they are willing to call all day long. They want to, you know, and I feel that too because I did that. I was like, man, this rich dude tells me I'll do whatever, you know what I mean? I think that the amount of people that are willing to grind, and I think a lot of times in realtors though, when I look at that, instead of the grinding of these wholesalers without any education, The realtors are more educated without the grind.
They're bougie.
We'll complain about the leads,
That's
complain
facts.
about this or that agent got this for free or that. These wholesalers are not caring.
No.
They are they're grinding the phone,
grinding.
calls,
Absolutely.
they're doing what they have to do. And I feel like that's why I like to try to put them together.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be one or the other? It's
No.
the same thing.
Facts. No.
You know,
Either way you selling it.
it's the same thing. You're trying to find sellers.
Yeah.
I remember my broker, he always say, like, you know, you got the heart of a wholesaler. I'm like, because I'm trying to get what you mean. Like, I'm calling. He's like, yeah, you got that dog, and you know, I would sit around the brokerage, and the people would be waiting for leads to come their way. I'm like, why are you guys not reaching out to people or whatnot?
Yeah.
It never made sense to me, but I get it though, and I just be thinking in my head like, this is why the wholesalers are winning or whatnot. Y'all keep on talking about wholesaler this, wholesaler that, because I can't tell you that was y'all were the enemy at one time or another.
Yeah, I
Like,
get it.
wholesalers they take all the houses and whatnot because they're out there getting it. You guys are waiting
They're
in here.
going hard, man.
Yeah, no, but I commend you guys because like I said, I see it, I respect it, and we'll talk afterwards. Yeah, you know,
Keep the side one. You always try to sidebar, try to get it.
yeah, absolutely.
But
yeah, these guys could just get a little, and that's another reason why I started this company, to my flip partner, because I'm thinking these wholesalers, even when they suck, man, you're grinding, you're gonna take $2,000 and you busted your butt all this time.
Woo.
Hit me up. I'll close on this deal with you. We'll split the profit. I mean, let's make some money here. You did all the hard work. Do not sell that to me for $2,000 again, and let me make 28.
yeah.
Get in on that 30 with me. Bring me these deals, because I know the guys in my office who wholesale and retail, those first two legs, not that I'm not going to say they're easy. They're not easy. It's a grind and it's hard. But it's hard to add the next ones. I mean, you need the Konas to say, I'm going to borrow $200K from this guy and 12% hard money.
This is a great time in Cleveland tonight, and I think what we look at is black excellence on display right now.
I feel blessed. From the moment I walked in the door, I heard Mr. Wheaton and congratulations and everything. Now all the way up to upstairs, same thing, man. It's a blessing.
I am feeling really grateful, very blessed. It's just an amazing experience to be able to be in the room with so many amazing people and people that are game changers and world changers. That's, you know, breaking bread and making businesses in Cleveland, Ohio.
This is a night, like, for the books for not only Cleveland but Ohio. I'm so proud of Tenora.
It's it that I know I can get this job done in this many months. This contractor's not going to screw. All these things are going to go right. In order to go from those two to add that one, it sometimes is real nerve. I mean, some people I sit there and think, man, this dude's perfect. He should have did this 100 times already, but he just can't get over the hump. So honestly, even if that's the piece of the pie you're missing, you just need to get over the hump. You already had the money, the house, just hit me up. I did this so many times. I've did this thousands of times.
Which
Thousands.
also, and you've done it more than just Cleveland proper. Like, I love how you started. Like, I'm from Brunswick. How far are you willing to go for a deal? Like, we don't actually have to be in Cleveland. We can be in Akron.
I
or
literally was
whatever.
just saying a thing before. I said, I'm closing, a home buyer is buying a house and closing this Friday off of me. A house I bought in end of October in Orrville, Ohio, right next to the Smucker's factory. Now, I don't know anything about Orrville, but I saw the numbers. And I've seen that there's nothing available in Orrville for sale, and it seems like a nice little town. When I drove there, I said, all right, you know.
How long was the drive?
It took like 50 minutes.
Okay, not that bad.
Yeah, actually, that was from Brunswick, though.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's another 20 on top of that, so it was over an hour. But I mean, you know, at the end of it, I got the house for $75. I had to put $30 into it. I borrowed the whole $105, and I just sold it for $142.
So either way,
We gotta talk, Adam.
Yeah.
We gotta talk.
Yeah,
We'll talk after the show.
that deal is really my first guy that's working with me on this new thing. I've known this guy for 20 years. He's worked in a factory. He's never
factory worker.
He's never had. Honestly, this is a crazy story. I started talking with him when we got this deal back in October.
Right.
He drives these like dirt track race cars or something like that. I don't know much about it, but he's into it and everything else. And he was telling me in the mid process of talking about how he needs to take weight off his car so we can try to win. He needs these things to weigh as little as possible, right? the thing is, though, as I was looking at him, thinking, dude, you fat. Dude, I mean, you gotta sit there, right? Like,
You take the weight off of you.
and I started telling him, bro, I see 30 pounds right there. You could knock off that car, you know? True story. That dude's lost 50 pounds from Halloween till today. His first flip's about to close, and he tells me all the time, he's like, dude, I live with hope now. That I won't die in that factory. And he found this deal in Orville from some way he knew, and he was just like, I know this guy, let me just see.
Wow.
And he partnered up with me. He ran the contracting. He found the deal. I put the money together, and I sold the deal. We're splitting the profit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Listen, yeah, we'll talk afterwards.
Yeah.
We don't talk too much, kidding.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Adam, though. So as the young man, young lady watching right now, they're like, well, shoot, I want to do what Adam does. What advice would you give to someone who wants to start on wholesaling tomorrow?
Honestly, find somebody who's doing it, who's
Come
willing
on,
to help.
basically.
Yes, I mean, me, one person. I mean, I could name a couple people around town that know what they're doing, that are legitimate, that I would gladly. Yeah, I feel like you gotta, not only somebody who's doing it, but find somebody who fits you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not for everybody. You know, like everybody don't want me to tell you you're fat, tell you to lose 30 pounds, like that dude. But he was like, man, you're right, actually.
Yeah.
And he lost weight because he's like, I never thought of that, actually. Or I actually used a bunch of excuses to not use that as 30 pounds.
Right,
I was
trying to take away my
reason.
reason.
He's like, I'm about to take off my fender off the car, but I won't. And I was like, what? You know? So I'm the type of guy that says it right. You know, I'm like,
Yeah, straight shooter.
yeah, it is what it is. So, you know, some people, that's not for them.
Yeah.
You know, and some people fit good with other guys or ladies or whatever, you know. So I just think get somebody that you can kind of like jive with or roll with, and somebody who's already doing it.
You're right.
Not used to do it, not did it a couple times, not did it a few times, doing it right now.
Right.
You know, if you guys wanted to leave here now, we can go look at 4 or 5 of my projects that are going right now. Houses that are, you know, rentals, all the things, you know. When I post something on social media recently about a building I bought, actually closed in 2014. And I posted this because it was a warehouse, and I paid $25,000 for it. I collected 120 months of payments because I had it for 10 years, and I have people offering me $138 for it.
Wow.
And I'm like, I did nothing.
Yeah.
Really, besides collect rent. I mean, it's a
Got
warehouse.
to love real estate.
Yeah, and I'm saying is, you can't make a bunch of wealth doing transaction after transaction. You gotta buy this stuff and keep this stuff, you know. And that's why I say, wholesale, 2-3 deals, make 15-20 grand. Use that to buy a house.
Yeah.
Even if it's only your down payment, still just get it. Get a house, you know. Get a $60,000 house, put 20 grand down, and you're in a great equity position. You're making, you know, a bunch of money per month and stuff like that, you know. My son told me, I think he's making like between $500 and $700 per rental on top of his loans.
Wow.
So if you figure 5 houses, this kid's 21, he's already making $3,000 in a residual income.
He's
You know?
we're on his way to the top percentile, my friend. He's talking well.
For real.
So shoot, Adam, we talk about the past, talk about the present, talk about the future. What does the future hold for you, my friend?
Well, I'm really excited about this, my flip partner business I started. I just want to continue closing deals. I feel like it's hard for me because I'm so happy doing what I'm doing. Like people want, what do you want to change? I don't know. I kind of like doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'd like to continue to help other people like learn how to do this. Right now, I really love just like getting to the end and seeing people like, you know, like literally I have people. Somebody's got you know, a 30, 40-year-old guy. His mom sending me a message. Man, I really appreciate it, man. He's really happy now. He seems, you know, that type of stuff is even like, dude. I'm like, wow, you know, I feel like, yeah, I'm trying to help these guys and stuff like that, and I know that I'm gonna do deals with them, make money and stuff like that. But like, I end up loving these guys like brothers and sisters. Like, dude, I want that guy to do good. You know what I'm saying? And then when it actually happens and comes to fruition, it's like, wow, I'm so glad that, you know, we hooked up and that we talked and that we linked and that we jived and, you know, that this all worked the way it worked out. You know, and I'm just, you know, so I have a new brokerage that I'm about to start with Katie, like I was telling you. It's going to be called Ziegler McCrae Real Estate. I'm real excited about that. Katie's going to really be running that. I actually own a title company called Vision Land Title. We do title work for real estate companies.
So that's dope. So you really are the full part of the process.
One-stop shop.
Yeah, Great Lakes Real Estate Investments, which is our wholesaling business and closing, and then, you know, so I'm really just out here. And you know what? Honestly, I've never done any podcasts. I never did these speaking things. I was really just always looking for my deals and grinding. And recently I did a couple at the end of last year. Because people I know, like, oh, come on, play. And actually, after I did it, the amount of response I was getting and people would come, oh, let me ask you, no, I mean, I probably did, not only did I get a lot of deals in business when people hit me up,
Come on,
but man,
now.
I got a lot of people like telling me, dude, I got to flip. And then like that guy, you know, he saw that. I was like, oh, you know, and when I see these people doing things that maybe they, like I said earlier, everyone around them tells them they can't do. And I think anyone could do anything. So you're talking to the wrong person when you listen to that crowd, you know. Sometimes I tell them, you know, when I come in these people, I say, sometimes you need someone else to see the potential in you before you can see it in yourself, right? And I'm the guy. I'm the guy. You know, I'm the guy. I look at everyone and think, if you told me some idea that you had right now, I'd believe you that you were going to do it. That's just how I am in general. Because when I have an idea, I think, I'm going to do that. You know, I've started over 20 LLCs. I only got 5 or 6 now. So, am I a failure?
No, you got 5 or 6.
That's what I'm saying. But I mean, I failed more of those. I closed more of those than I still have open. So it could be looked at some people like, "Wow, you did that. You didn't."
You failed forward.
Yeah, but I mean, I learned every time and moved on to the next thing. You know, and got better and stronger each time.
Jay-Z said you only got to be right once. That's it.
Yeah, you only got it.
You never right once. So okay, we can get to separate questions. And I'm about to say, you don't know if you remember, and it's been a while. Let me stop.
Remind me.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Just
but
in case.
I love these questions because we get so many great answers or whatnot. And as everyone knows, we started the podcast. When we started the podcast, right, we started with the notion of collaboration, right? And unfortunately, Cleveland doesn't have a great reputation of being a collaborative place, right? So, in your opinion, how do you feel like we change the narrative, Adam, man?
Honestly, I just think some of the people that are really doing a lot of business and doing a lot of things need to collaborate together so everyone can see it. And a good friend of mine, actually, you guys may know Beyond Win here in Cleveland.
Shout out to Beyond Win. Come on, Beyond.
Yeah, that's my guy. You know, we have closed and flipped a house before, and I went and did like on his bus before, and we meet for lunch, you know, things like that. And I feel like people like this, or another guy, Steve Davis, a guy that's been around 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, get these guys. If all of us are working together and talking to each other, and if Beyond had a resource, he's going to help me out.
Yeah.
If he needed a lender, I'm going to shoot it to him right away. I'm not worried if there's not enough deals for both of us. You know, where these guys that are down here that are searching for that one deal, think I need that so bad that I got to get it, and I'll run anyone over to get it. You know, really just, man, it's not like that. And I think everyone should look at, hey, if you want the results that the guys, like I said at the beginning, I wanted his results, I did what he did. If you want my results, you better start collaborating.
Yeah.
That's good. You got started right there. You're right. And then let me ask you this, Adam, man. Who would you like to collaborate in the future, my friend?
Besides me.
Yeah. You know, I mean, honestly, the name of the company that I started is called My Flip Partner. And what that means is I want to be everyone's flip partner. You can't tell me somebody I don't want to be partners with right now. I mean, I've put in all these years and I've done all these things. I'm just thinking, hey, you use me to get some more money, to learn some deals. I'm out here, partner up with me. I'm here to partner on, I'll bring the money, I'll find the deal, I'll get the whatever part you need.
Come on.
You know, just stop sitting around with all of your reasons and hit me up and let's close a deal down, or let's get a burr and flip, get you some rentals, you know?
Yeah. No,
and that's really what it is. And I actually have like 4 people. One of the marketing guys I deal with, actually they do this Ilthy brand. So he's one of the guys, I'm actually flipping a house with him. A guy who runs a Discord business, internet type of thing. Doing one with him, the guy in Orville. And then a 19-year-old kid that my son knows found a deal, and I'm closing on that Thursday with him.
Wow.
So, I mean, I'm out here already partnering with 4 new people just this month.
Come on,
really.
And I feel like that's reflects the fact that you can say, I'll help this person, or we collaborate. You are a shining example of what happens when collaboration happens.
Yeah,
right? There are abundance of opportunities coming your way.
So many, tons of opportunities. Yep, definitely. And I'm here to close those deals down.
Come on now, Adam. The closer.
I know. It's already said.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're even close to getting that deal and you think you almost got to call me up, let me try to help, you know. You
I'm
know.
calling an appointment. We gotta figure out the rest of
Right.
I need an
I'm more of a
appointment
sit
scheduled.
down with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
This
coming
is
together.
awesome.
Oh yeah, I love real estate, so it's,
Well, we see the passion. We hear it. We feel it, and I mean, I think we all are ready to get involved. So,
For sure.
I mean, you made us some believers.
Yeah.
nice.
Well, we appreciate just your time, your information, the many gems that you've given us throughout this whole episode. And what we like to do is ask this legacy question because it looks like you're going to have such a phenomenal and abundance of it. Your legacy for you as a person, and what is the legacy for you and your businesses?
I mean, as a person, I just want to always be just, you know, my legacy could be a real estate guy, always followed through, was always willing to lend a hand. You know? And that's that. And personally, like, I said earlier, I coach my kids. You know, my one kid's 21, my other kid's 15, about to be 15 next week. All of his friends, all of both of them, the 20-year-olds, the 15-year-olds, they all call me Papa Zig.
Aww.
They all think, you know, I get happy Father's Days from about 6 kids that aren't my kids. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Because
dope.
I try to like really like hit them up on just not playing hoops, but like, hey, what's going on? What are you doing?
Yeah,
You know,
what you actually care about.
just like I do my own kids. You know, I treat them the same way I treat my own kids. So
That's good.
yeah.
That's a
I
great
have a
legacy.
whole.
like that.
When they turned 18, all of a sudden my oldest kid. All of a sudden, I have like 20 new friends. And now this 15-year-old, I'm like, man, when he turns 18, I know I'm about to get a whole bunch of new friends again. You know, I've just been knowing these guys so long. I'm like, they're keeping me young too, you know? So,
Yeah,
That's
definitely. Definitely.
so I don't know, I'd say that. I just, honestly, I really just want my, you know, I just want the kids to do good. I want the business to do good. I want people to always think, when they think of me or my business, like, hey, those guys helped me out, or that something went good, or, you know, I closed a deal with them or whatever, you know?
That's good.
Even if we don't close a deal, if I can make you feel a little more positive or happy or feel like you could do something, that's good enough too, you know? I don't really care.
Well, that is awesome. I mean, whew, I know y'all have been enjoying this episode.
I
have.
can't wait to go back and take notes.
I can't wait either. So when you drop it, I will be taking my notes. But for the ones that have been, you know, viewing, and I'm sure they've been taking notes as well. But if we had to take this episode and, you know, condense it on down to just 3 takeaways, what would you like for someone to be able to gather from tonight's episode?
The first thing is, I think that if you're a wholesaler or a realtor, you should consider doing the other, and you should grow your business within what you're already doing.
Come on now.
Number 2, honestly, I just think people should have just more like believe in themselves. Try things, do it. You believe in yourself. You can do things that if you try and don't quit. If you don't quit, you're still trying. You know, it's
That's
like
good.
you didn't fail until you quit. So just keep trying. You know, and then it's like, I mean, those 2 things. And honestly, I'm a big person into. It's pointless to be rich if you're going to be unhealthy. So I'm just like, get healthy, get wealthy, and real estate. Those are my 3 things.
Healthy, get wealthy, and real estate.
Yeah, because
Tight episode.
yeah, when you're gonna get all this, when you're gonna make a bunch of money, right? What are you gonna do? You're gonna be 50. You can't get up off the couch. You can't do that. You got this and pills, these doctor's appointments. Like, dude, I want to be able to like do a lot of stuff. You know.
That's good.
So I kind of just that's really what it is, I guess.
Those are great.
I like that.
Take
Yeah.
away,
Yeah.
Nobody really thinks about the health part of it,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
You're right.
I go to the gym every morning, and all the guys who start with me, I tell them right away, I thought you wanted to have my results. Then you better do what I do, right? I'll be there at 8 a.m. tomorrow, so I don't know. If you think you're going to do half of what I do and get all of what I get, I don't know.
Right.
Oh, I like that one.
So I pretty much put everyone on the spot, too, you know.
There we go.
I'm clipping that one. I don't think you're gonna do half of what I do and get my same result.
Don't be giving no bar like that,
It's
man.
ornaments. I'll tag you.
Okay,
Don't
all
worry.
right.
So, okay, and this is the most important question, Adam, man. Where can people reach you? Where can they learn more about you? Where can they close more deals with you?
I mean, Instagram, Great Lake Adam.
Okay.
That's my thing on there. I'm on Facebook. I mean, you can text or call. You can call me. I probably don't answer if I don't know, but if you text me, I'll call you back. But other than that, I mean, you know, I'm around town every single 5-6 days a week. I'm gonna see you guys at property. I'm all over. I'm out here doing it. So, but yeah, hit me up on either of those things, and I'll be glad to help you look over a deal, crunch the numbers, and bring whatever piece it is you're missing. That's what I'm looking to do.
For all lazy people, that will be in the show notes. So you watch the episodes right there. So no excuse why you're not calling my man up, okay?
For sure. Text.
Thank you.
Or leave
Text,
a voicemail
yes.
or something.
Definitely.
So guys, we gotta pay some bills real quick. And with that being said, Adam, what are you doing on the 18th?
I don't think I'm doing anything.
That's good. Because now we're going to invite you to come to our event. We're having an event here in Cleveland, guys. We are bringing the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. David Shands to the city of Cleveland. If you know anything about podcasting, then I'm pretty sure you know about David Shands, right? Take over.
I love to. Anyways, April 18th, beat us there, do not meet us there. We are holding the podcast summit. You might have seen it all over the internet because that's just what we do when it comes to marketing. But if you are serious about your business, not just podcasting, but a alternative way to keep your business relevant, to grab leads, to be able to sell and tell a little bit more of your story and help others to tell theirs, this is definitely the place you want to be. Sometimes it's all about getting in the right rooms to make those connections, those collaborations, and we absolutely want to make sure you guys are in the room. It's a totally free event because, like we said, why pay for the play when you can get it for free? So show up.
Absolutely.
Make it where we are there, Midtown Tech Hive. That's going to be April 18th. What time is it?
6
6 p.m. I'm going to be there a little earlier this time because y'all know I struggle with punctuality. But I will be there. Make sure that you are there with us so you can learn together with us. There's so many things that we have amassed in the few years that we have been able to do it, including being able to get David Shands. Is one of those things where, like Adam said, if you say it out loud, there's no way that we're going to say we're going to do something and not get it done. That's one of the main things we said when we just were talking about the idea of starting a podcast. So it's crazy that it's already coming to fruition. So it's happening. The time is now. Make sure that you guys are there. You can sign up by texting Podcast Summit to 33777 on your phone today. And I know when y'all send it, so please hurry up and send it right now. If you didn't, I know that too. So don't tell me that you signed up if you didn't go through the whole thing. Thank you. That's all I got to say. I'm going to pull back because y'all know I've been on hiatus.
Say hi to Brittany.
And guys, make sure you tune into my podcast, Beauty Told. Again, weekly episodes dropping where I have phenomenal guests on. We talk relational, financial, and lifestyle. And again, the overall goal is to have a positive change. So again, if you can learn from me and my guests, then I know that it was a story well told. And I can't wait to see you guys there.
Absolutely. If you guys rock with us, that means you rock with Brittany, okay? Guys, I just want to finish off by saying we want to thank you for watching, to listening to this amazing podcast, because once again, the subscribers are subscribing, the likes are liking, and the views are viewing. So you want to thank you guys for once again showing that you want to hear great stories like Adam's each and every week, okay? So you want to thank you guys. And this is episode 202, y'all.
202.
And listen, guys, we gonna keep going. We gonna keep it rocking,
right.
all right? Y'all keep watching. Y'all keep letting us know these stories are needed. So we'll see y'all next time, all right?
Bye.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you.